That's right. Put your hands together. Best Country 106. It's Jay and Laney J live. Good morning, Laney J.
Good morning, Mr. J.
Happy Tuesday.
That's right. That's right.
Take my words from me.
I was going to. Too bad.
Dare you.
Too bad. Too
Dare
sad.
you. How dare you?
I took them.
We have a very special guest in studio this morning, Laney J.
We do.
This man, I met him it's a year and a half ago, give or take, 2 years ago, give or take, somewhere around there. He is the man, the myth, the legend, the chief of Rattan Police, Phillip Birchfield. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Thank y'all for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. It's good to have you on this side of the radio.
Yeah, I hear you.
It is. This is going to be fun.
Every once in a while, we'll get to see him jump into the chat there.
Yeah,
hang out with us.
I try to watch y'all every morning on Facebook. Unless something happens, then I kind of have to disappear for a few.
Yeah, he was telling us earlier. He says, if I don't see you early in the morning, it's probably because I have somebody pulled over.
That's right. Well, yeah, but you got to do that.
So you should join us in the chat, facebook.com/KKBIFM, YouTube, and of course, TikTok as well. All keywords KKBIFM. Man, what is it? What do we owe the honor for you hanging out with us in the studio this morning?
Well, I'm down for training with some of the other agencies around McCurtain County. We're doing some training for school games. It's kind of learning how to catch predators and advanced technology with the AI and all that. So we're going to definitely learn that stuff today and this week and be more proficient in our job duties.
Well, without getting too detailed, obviously, because it's a touchy subject. But you were telling me a little bit about what you go through for this, and this is kind of it's a big deal. Any normal, average human being would be like, "Thank you for trying to catch these predators in any way you can." But there's a lot of stuff you kind of have to see and hear that you really don't want to as just a human being.
Yes, definitely. That's part of this job career. The things that you see, the things you go through are a lot more intense than the average person. My son, he's a officer at Hugo PD, and one of his first things 3 months into the job was death of infants.
Oh man!
So it's a tragic thing, but you know what? You put God first and leave it to God, and that's my beliefs, and that's the way I look at things.
I follow that. I'm with that. I like that.
I mean, you definitely have to know how to compartmentalize to put that away. So that's a tough job.
And always have something to fall back on. Mine's lifting weights and working out. We call it the chair. It's where you get away from the world and take time out. I know that you do jiu-jitsu.
Right.
That's probably your chair.
Absolutely.
Stress relief. Those are good to have in your life, especially if you're a first responder or someone that deals with a lot of tragedy.
Yeah. I mean, because if you don't have that in many cases, or not many, but some cases, people will turn to other things like substances or stuff like that.
So unfortunately, that is high in our careers. But, I've been alcohol free since 2018. So
nice. Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Good for you. That's great.
Awesome. Yeah. No, that's a big deal. I think a lot of people, I think more folks today are actually going, alcohol free when it comes to different. I mean, I don't know if it's a lifestyle change, a decision, or whether it's a faith type decision, or you see a pattern in your life that you need to change. But I do think that I've noticed, and especially with the young people, we've had more and more studies that show that the young people are going with the mocktails versus the cocktails and stuff like that. And hey, I'm here for it.
I think it's good for you.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
For sure. Well, we have a big basketball game tonight.
Oh yes. And people listen to me on the Dove 99.5. I am Ram Nation.
Yes.
Yes. We call the games and everything. And tonight, Rattan Rams are taking on the Broken Bow Savages. And Broken Bow's a really elite team. And I believe my Rattan Rams are an elite team. And I think our last encounters have been down to the last shots in the overtime once at Talahina tournament. So this is a good test for our last game of the season before we hit playoffs. Gives our boys a chance to play a more advanced team, more faster, more athletic, kind of give them that, hey, you can compete, believe in yourselves and strive for excellence. So
that has to be a level of, confidence, if you will,
Yes.
sticking with a team, because Rattan is a smaller school,
Class B.
Class B, whereas Broken Bow is Class 4A in basketball.
Yeah.
So I could see how hanging with a team, or even competing with a team like Broken Bow could very much be a confidence booster going into a playoff situation.
Yeah, playoffs district start for Rattan this Friday against 4,000 at Rattan, and then it goes to Stonewall and Stringtown for regionals, and then the area is going to be in Ada this year.
Okay, all right. So you'll have that. Are you going to have all those on the Dove, or as
Yes.
many as you can?
Yes, we'll be on Paincast.com
Perfect.
featuring the games. It'll be just verbally. There will not be video feed, unfortunately, because of the process, but
Yeah.
we'll definitely call the play-by-play for our listeners that can't make it.
Will and I are trying to work on that, actually.
All right.
Yeah, that cost. And I mean, because at the end of the day, if the school is the one putting it out there, whether it be on radio, on TV, wherever, but if the school is involved, the school has the rights to their own broadcasts.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't have to pay a third party to get the rights to their broadcast, even if it has to do with playoffs. So, but that's politics for another time.
Of course.
But hey, maybe as a owner / board member in the Oklahoma public schools system, maybe I can be a voice on both sides of that. And I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, looking forward to some high school basketball playoff action. What's you guys ranking this year?
We're ranked number 4.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what we had. Some, we had a really good high. We we lost in Tallahena against a good team, 4A team, and then we turned around and lost to Smithville, which they played hard and they beat us. But then we won the MC6 tournament, and then we lost to, we went to Wilburton and played a tough Wilburton game. Then we lost to Antlers, and we lost to Wright City by 1. So our guys kind of been like missing their shots. Went 1 for 17 on threes against Wright City, but we played Boswell the other night, and our boys played. I mean, we were a close game, maybe up by 9 at the half, and then the 3 started falling, and we took a 30-point lead there in the fourth quarter. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Tell us about your boys. Tell us about those Rattan Rams. Give us some details on some of those star players.
So some of the starting players, we have our seniors. Kenyon James, he's our 6'2" senior. He's been playing since he was a little kid. I know him personally. He's my kinfolk, and he goes to our church, and he's part of our youth ministry stuff. So
Nice.
he's definitely involved in that. Great character, great kid, young man now. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
Senior.
It's hard to say kid when they
He
are.
probably averages anywhere from 20 to 30 points a game. He's really lanky and good shooter. And then we have our junior, Kobe Tabor. Kobe Tabor, I mean, right off the bat as a freshman, became a starter, good point guard. He's tough on defense. He is a very aggressive player. And then we got Gordon. Gordon's really good at threes. He shoots threes. He's a senior. Then we have Jacobs Hill, which is new to Rattan. He comes from Moyers. He's a good 3-point shooter, pretty good on defense, and he's lanky body. And then we have Jacobs Hill. No, that was Jacobs Hill. Then we have Fowler. Fowler's from Valiant. He played in Valiant. He's with the Rattan. He's a junior, and he's got a lot of speed, and he can shoot down the 3. So the thing about Rattan is we live by the 3 or we die by the 3, you know.
Gotcha.
But we have gotten better, like competing with Wright City. We went 1 for 17, but we still scored 35 points on layups. So if our 3 points start falling, you can see that we can really pull away from a team. But it's just making sure they fall correctly. Our defense is pretty good. we were better last year. We hated losing a couple guys that were just spectacular on defense, but this year our boys are stepping up. We got some young ones. Tryon Teague, he's a big man. He comes in 6-man. He's definitely, when we played Valiant, he was one of our keys. He took on King, which King's big, and he sat there and battled with King, and he battled with the big boy from Howe. And he's like a 6'5" guy, and Tryon's about 6'2", but Tryon's corn-fed. He's corn-fed strong. He works on the farm. Phillip Teague is his dad,
Nice.
Diamond T trailer.
Yeah.
So Tryon's done really good. And then, of course, I got to talk about my Luke Bohannon. Yeah, that's my son. He's a junior this year. He can knock down threes anytime he gets out there. So we're excited, and the younger group, we got some good 8th graders coming up too that are really good. And then my nephew, he's a sophomore this year, Brent Bradley Sam, and he can show that he can play some defense. So
Nice.
it's definitely building.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say, it
good.
sounds like a future for Rattan
Yeah,
Rams.
you're getting them ready,
Absolutely.
the younger ones.
For those that don't know, when I worked here originally back in 08 to 12, I lived in Rattan there on the family farm for about 3.5 years, 4 years, and then came to live down here once I started working here full time. But man, I've got a heart for Rattan because my grandparents lived there on John Powell Road, and I grew up going to that house. And when we talk on the radio about pasture surfing on the mattress in my grandpa's pickup truck, that was where we were doing it right there. So thankfully the chief wasn't watching us do that.
That's right.
Private
So-
property.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the fun thing to do. He
Exactly.
probably gets it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did abandon the car hood because we realized that hurts when you get ran over by the car hood. The
Yes,
mattress
it
was
does.
much less painful.
Safe for
Yes.
us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
God still get on the
Absolutely.
car hood.
Yeah.
The
I want something
mattress on
sturdy.
the car hood.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
there
me.
you
You
go.
want something sturdy. Yeah.
Well, I do have a couple of questions here for you, Chief, if you're good with that.
Yes, sir.
Just random questions.
Okay.
For you. All right. And I'm going to put this out here to the chat as well. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Much love to the Oklahomies. Yes. Y'all have the best day as well. All right. What's something, Chief Birchfield, what's something that you swore you'd never spend money on, but now you happily do? Something, I'll let you think on that. What's something you swore you'd never spend money on, but now
Oh,
you happily do?
I was going to say, if his wife is joining us, I bet she has an answer. I know she knows.
Well, and I do have an answer if you're ready for it.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So, I've had dogs all my life, and they're good outdoor dogs. And I don't have to spend, but just what we need to do to feed them and to, make sure they're taken care of outside in the vet, shots and stuff like that. So I never really, I don't see how people spend so much money on dogs. Well, now I have a dog. Her name is Mila, and she's my baby.
Oh, yes.
And unfortunately, she has been through a lot, and we've had to go to the vet and pay a lot of money out on Mila. And she has her own wardrobe. She has her own toys. She has her own bed. She has her own couch.
That's what I'm talking about. This baby's got a couch.
I love it. So
Me too.
she got her own bed. At least you don't have to share a bed with her.
No, she still gets in bed.
Oh, okay.
she still likes to get between your legs.
Yeah. My wife says Amelia claims my side of the bed is hers. So when I come to bed and she's already in bed, Laura will be like, he's going to steal your side of the bed, Amelia.
She is definitely our baby.
I was going to ask you what she
that's her
is.
sleeping.
Oh,
Right there,
look at that baby.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is a Yorkie. She's Jack Russell and Yorkie.
Okay.
She's
That's
about
cool.
18 pounds. She's about like that long. She's just our baby. She goes whenever we leave, go out of town. She's with us. She has her own backpack, her own
That's what I'm talking about.
suitcase.
And how many kids do you have?
I have 3. I have Corey James Birchfield, which he's the Hugo PD officer. He lives in
Okay.
Texas, but I have him. He's 27. Then I have my daughter, Macy. She lives in Paris, Texas. She has 2 grandkids, or 2 kids of my grandkids, Lily and T-Ray. And she's 25. And then we have Luke, which is 18, and he's a junior.
Okay.
That's
And he still lives at home.
So
and
he's
probably
still at
never
home.
leaves. He'll probably never leave.
Those youngest, man, they never leave. It feels
They're
like now.
smart.
Yeah,
They are
Exactly.
truly
Right.
smart.
You're right.
exactly. Good.
I think if I could go back about 32, I would eventually, hey, maybe I should get out of
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now my brother, he stayed longer. He's the youngest. It was just me and my brother. My brother stayed longer in the house. My youngest son, he's stayed the longest in the house with us. So he's 19, but he's actually planning on moving out here in the next week or so. So it's crazy how those youngest, I don't know if they see the mistakes of their older siblings and they're like, I'm not going to spend all that money moving out or what.
Just baby.
Yeah, that's probably
That
it
could be
too.
that. Maybe so.
The rest of the
So,
kids say it's because he's baby,
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely.
I know that's what my brothers thought of me. So.
What does Luke think of Mila?
Luke loves Milo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good.
Luke, that's his best friend. So.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
you mentioned we had, or I should say I, because the wife doesn't always have the same plans I do. But I had a maximum amount, when it comes to the vet, if it goes over this dollar, do what you got to do, vet, right? Yeah, right. That didn't happen.
Yeah, that's
This
what
dog, quadrupled that maximum dollar already, and she was a rescue, not a rescue, but we adopted her. So it was like, we're adopting. We're not going to buy an animal. We adopted an animal. That's the right thing to do, right? So I'm like, we got off cheap. We're not having to spend a lot of money on this thing, and then all of a sudden she,
Needs
jumps
stuff.
off of the back retaining wall behind the house and pops a knee, and then all of a sudden, got to spend some money.
Mila has seizures, so she has to take seizure medicine now. So we got her on a routine.
I'm sure that's not
Crazy.
cheap.
It's crazy how human-like they are because they're, like some dogs have thyroid issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother had a weenie dog with thyroid issues.
Then
I was like, what?
She had gum disease, and it rotted some of her teeth out. And this is what we last just went to the vet to do. And she had 13 teeth pulled. And I was like, 13 teeth? And they said that she had 42 to begin with. I was like, I didn't know there was that many in there, man.
Yeah, me neither. That's still 13. That's a lot
It's
for
about
a
a
dog.
third of them. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. Oh, little Mila.
So she had to wear that cone for like 4 days, and she just looked at you like, please take this off. And I felt so bad.
Your wife did chime in.
Yeah.
And
did
her
she?
answer was clothes for our dog.
That's something he would have never
Yeah.
spent money
I
on.
was like, I knew she had an immediate answer.
I love it.
I like to say hi to my wife, Tiffany. She's my pride and joy. She's everything.
Awesome.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Good morning, Tiffany. Thank you for joining us this morning, supporting the hubby.
Somebody's nice to their wife.
So, Dad also joined in. He said LOL.
That was whenever we were talking about Rattan and,
Yeah.
and the fun stuff.
Absolutely. So, and not getting caught by the police. No.
That's right. You got to behave.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, speaking of being, hey, we got to continue on with the show. You going to hang out with us a little bit, or you got how much time you got?
I got about 10 more minutes.
About 10 more minutes.
Okay, good.
All right.
I like to see this side of the impossible question.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
All right.
my favorite part.
You can help us answer the impossible
Yeah,
question.
that's true. That's true.
Because of course it's crazy today. I read it. It's crazy.
Well, for the record, Phillip was here hanging out with me while I was writing it,
Mhm.
and I was having trouble thinking of it, because usually I'm in my dark space, I'm quiet, and I'm just coming up with it. But we were chatting it up, so I was distracted. That's my excuse.
Okay.
I was
It's my
Okay.
fault.
It's his fault.
Yeah.
It's the green shirt.
Yeah, you tell him that he shouldn't do that, right? I wasn't going to tell him.
Yeah, I'm not telling him either.
All right, Laney J, you got your lowdown coming up next.
I do.
Yay!
Yes, Laney J's lowdown. A chef in Florida does the unthinkable during the winter storm. Y'all, it turns my stomach. We'll see what you think. And heartbreak has gone feral. Find out up next on my lowdown exactly what I'm talking about.